morning, everyone. I see a bunch of y'all already here. Hello to Wolf and Taylor the second. Corey, and then Taylor mentions looking for my nemesis. Yeah, we'll see if other Taylor shows up. Original Taylor. Alright, so I have a poll going like usual to kind of decide what you guys want to see me work on today. I'm going to finish the Eldritch Knight first. I'm going to get prepared for 3D printing, and I'm going to do a special version prepared for it so I can also 3D print it in color. And I'm going to do a big print of it like this. So yeah, that's what we're working on first. Looks like the farmer werewolf in the lead. And that model's actually mostly sculpted, and we'll be posing it today. I'll be doing 2 versions of that one as well, because we haven't done a lot of digitigrade legs rigged up in Character Creator 4. So yeah, that's kind of the overview of what we're working on today. And let's go ahead and get started. I do have my mic and music slightly turned up versus the last time I think all of y'all were here, except for Wolf. Wolf, you're always here. So if things are sounding good, that's great. If they're still a little quiet or whatever, just let me know. I also tend to start my streams talking quieter, so maybe it might take a moment for me to ramp up anyhow. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. Hi, Taka. All right. I think that's everything. It's kind of like our morning housekeeping, if you will. So let's get started. All right, so I did some changes after the stream yesterday. I pretty much just did some more final detailing, and then I completely revamped the spell in his hand because it, as someone said, looked blob-like, which I then defended it. I liked it, but I realized it is supposed to be an Eldritch Blast, and it looks more like smoke, kind of. So I made sure to make it look more blast-like, and I'm really happy with what has resulted here. So yeah, let's go ahead and take care of this. I mentioned already that this is going to have a version for color. The easiest way to do that is pretty much to not merge your different pieces down. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to keep all your shells separate. Shells separate. And that just prevents you from having to manually paint things in your software, like in Bamboo Lab Slicer. Essentially, you go through the paintbrush and you tell it what to be what color. But if you have these shells, it's a lot easier just to select them quickly. So this is my next big 3D printing project that I'm excited about. Kind of curious if you guys have anything going on soon, or anything printing now. Also, Corey, a very warm welcome back to sculpting and creating art. That really makes me happy. You should be proud of that first thing you've already created too. It already has a lot of character and strong beginnings for sure. It's been a pleasure having you guys in the Discord too. I don't think it's ever been this lively. It's just been a blast. Anytime I tune in, there's always something that makes me laugh. I had briefly renamed the Discord to Taverb. Briefly. If you guys aren't sure what that's talking about, yesterday at the end of the stream, I put a Discord invite in, and I renamed it M3DM Tavern, and I did a typo, I put Taverb, and I said, oh, whatever, I'm not going to fix it. It's not a big deal. And so into the lines of, no one's going to care or notice. And then everyone cared and noticed. So I kind of just rolled with it. I don't plan to have it be M3DM Taverb forever. We'll see. I'm just kind of bulking up this spell a little bit more because it's definitely on the... It'll print no problem, but I just want to make sure when they handle it, when they're on actually playing a game, they don't have to be too careful with it. Here we go. That's fun. I might even do one more trick here where I grab this and rotate it upwards just slightly to kind of make some of those more of a 45. Beautiful. Looking good. Monkeys here, creating as humans. I need to speak with Barkeep. I'm assuming they're an elf. Yes. Not just an older, sorry. No, they're not an elf. They have horns. This is the tiefling. They don't have a tail though. That was specified by the requester. I still have sleepy brain. I did not finish my coffee this morning. Alright, so I'm just grabbing these, anything that has an overlap or an overhang that I don't want there to be one. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with this now. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just reduce the poly count, and usually I rematch by union first, but I want to have a version of this that is 3D printable in color really easily. And the best way to do that is to keep all your pieces separate. So that's what we're doing first. And Monkey says, the barkeep. Oh, I saw your misspelling, which might be referring to my ridiculous tabverb error. Taylor says, reminds me of when a server I modded for didn't notice misspelling for months. A chatter pointed it out, and I was like, I was wondering when they'd notice. I got yelled at by my fellow mods. That's great. You know, I've been thinking about that recently. I don't think my community is big enough to where I need to have mods, but it's definitely crossed my mind, and I'm not sure. I will handle that when it needs to get done, I guess. Alright, so the hair I want to be one piece. That way my husband doesn't have to color each of these individual strands. That'd be a bit of a pain. The rest of it I don't mind if it's a little slow, but the hair strands, that's pushing it. Almost done. There we go. I mean, he doesn't look terrible bald either. Mods, sorry, Taylor says, mods are definitely helpful, especially if there's the occasional spammer invasion. Yes, that has happened a couple times. I happen to catch them pretty darn quick, but it would be nice if there was someone around to catch that even when I'm not there. I know the way that it usually works with mods is that you guys just kind of do your thing, and that's it. It's kind of like a pro bono thing. I don't know, I feel like I'd want to do something that I could give you guys a free request or an extra or something. Because it does work. Even if it's a small community and it's not a ton of work. Hello is here. Welcome, welcome. And then Leon Milan. I think that you're new. Hi, welcome. Is tiefling your favorite species for D&D? You know, it'd probably have to be an elf, actually. I'm simple. I really like elves, and my favorite class to play is druid. Anything to do with animals and stuff is my favorite. Monkey said, ooh, favorite species. Yeah, actually, that's a great question. I kind of want everyone to answer that if y'all don't mind. What is your favorite, race to play in D&D? Or I guess species, I don't know what you'd call it. So we're talking about like elves, dwarves, tieflings, orcs, half-orcs, humans. Don't pick human. Wolf says, I'm be setting up DAS, so I'll hear but not see. That's okay. I'll be especially descriptive then. Monkey says, I think mine is a dwarf or a gnome. Good one. I don't know, I like small races. I like halflings too, which is funny because I'm really tall in real life. Oh, how funny. I'm not like super tall. I'm like average. I'm like 5'5". Which my husband insists is short, but I'm like, it's not. Like, to me, short is like 5'3", 5'2". I think 5'5" is actually, if anything, slightly above average. Taka says, probably tieflings. At least that's what I most played in Baldur's Gate 3. That's fair. Wolf says, probably an artificer half-orc for me. Very cool. Taylor says, honestly don't know my favorite. Never played. Are you interested in playing D&D or Pathfinder or some tabletop game in the future though? Elo says, I don't know if you can play as them, but I've always found fey creatures the most interesting. I think that's why I like doing like Elven Druid. It's kind of the closest you can get to that. But absolutely, you could play, I mean, you could homebrew anything. I know people that have played as fairies and sprites, which I think are both in the Seelie Court. Leon says, I like fairies, bugbears, and Aasimar, I think. Those are all fantastic choices. I've sculpted a lot of Aasimar, a lot of fairies. Oh my goodness, speaking of, I actually have 2 fairies releasing on my Patreon next week. This is kind of an ad, but really it's because I'm just really proud of these models. So yeah, these are the fairies that are releasing next week on Patreon. These are 3D printable. I'm releasing these along with quite a few others. Probably at least 10 other models. But I want to show you these because this one's the casual pose, but the action is just so beautiful. I'm really, really proud of this pose. And it was hard too. Check that out. So it's like ballet inspired. And I was really careful to make sure that it's not gonna be super fragile because I made this like train kind of, like a tutu, but like a long version of it. And that all touches the base. So it's just as sturdy as like a normal model as well. But I would love to play as either one of these characters in a game. I think that'd be so much fun. Taylor says, yeah, I just don't have anyone to play with. Have you looked into like online games? Roll20 has, not even just Roll20, but there's different like Reddit groups and Facebook groups that are all about finding people to play with actually. I think someone posted in my Discord about finding a group actually recently. I don't know if that was you. Taka says, oh yes, creatures in the Feywilds are chaotic and fun. Aloha says, Mia, I just want to say that I really feel like over the past few months, this whole community and flow to the streams and content has been amazing. It's lovely being able to be a part of the tavern. But yes, I agree. Thank you so much for being here too. You were a big part of that. I kind of found my flow and just like my niche here, and you guys have all been a huge part of that. So thank you. All right, that's enough about fairies. Back to our tiefling man. Aloha, you've single-handedly introduced so many like fun jokes too, like scooping people up in the net, bringing them to Discord, all that kind of stuff. My husband appreciates it too. He thinks it's really funny. All right, I think this is looking really good. I'm gonna keep this. And let's put this in our NZPR too, so that way I can get it sized correctly. My voice is really scratchy today, so sorry if I don't talk quite as much. I'm not getting sick or anything, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Corey's here, good morning. Leon says to Taylor, there are a ton of players or people that want to play. The problem is to find dungeon masters. That is the truth. Blake says, hey guys, welcome back. Is everyone all spicy today? No, I think we're actually feeling pretty sweet. Or I am anyway, I've kind of softened it. But we'll see. So far we've been talking about favorite classes to play, or races and classes to play as, and then talking a decent amount about fairies. So it's actually been very much so on the sweet side today. I'm getting this guy all finished up, and I'm doing a couple different versions of him, so that way he is ready to print it in color on a FDM printer. I do have the poll going for what you guys want to see me work on later today, and I am going to honor that. I just need to get this one done first. Which shouldn't take too long. I know you guys don't mind. You're just happy to hang out and see me make cool stuff. I usually always just get right into what the poll, whatever the winner was, right away. So. Alright, that looks really good. So this is like my rough sizing process. It's not an exact science. I mean, these ones were measured pretty intricately. But it's kind of the rule of cool. You just want to make sure everything looks balanced. Monkey says, if anyone is down, I might post in your Discord. When? I think you're saying more. Oh, I missed the first one. Monkey said, also, I'm probably gonna start up a new campaign at some point next couple of months, once I get through these bigger projects I'm working on. I would love, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be interested. And then Blaze says, is the pup there? Yes, that is the blanket blob on the floor. I don't know if you guys can see him very well. Leon says, Monkey, nice. What setting will that campaign be in? Yeah, so since y'all are talking, I want to make sure if you guys aren't in the Discord already, at the top of the chat, we have the little hearts right there. I'm going to just throw it again at the bottom. If you're just lurking, make sure you're in the Discord so we can all stay connected. All right. My goodness. You guys are so chatty. I love it. I'm like scrolling through the chat because I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed. Blaze says, still like the action pose better. Me too. This action pose is so good. Monkey said, not sure yet, but I'd like to do WBW again. Which one is that? Usually I'm pretty good at like picking them up, and so I'm not recognizing that. It was a lot of fun, but I might do full homebrew. It really depends on the group and what they want to do. That makes sense. Even if I didn't have time to be a player, I don't know. I would like if I could help in some way. Almost like a co-DM. Not that I run the game with you or anything. I like the prep. I like the preparing encounters and maps and I don't know, stuff like that. And then Leon says WBW is Wild Beyond the Witchlight, I think. Yes, that's gotta be it. Blaze says, what are you using to draw in? This is a Cintiq. Taka, how would that go? I'm in a whole different time zone, but I'd be down if that was possible. That'd be fun. It'd usually be an online game, so hosted like on Roll20, and then everyone kind of votes for the time that fits best for them. And then Corey's talking to Aloha, because Corey is now modeling again and sculpting, so welcome back to art. You get confetti for that. Everyone welcome Corey back to sculpting. It's so cool. And Corey says, hey Loa, I did a little bit. I'm out of town the rest of the week though, so I can't do anything to get back home. So I'll see if I have some motivation to do more and get back home. I'm sure you will. We're sending motivation your way. Monkey says, I like world building, right? Isn't that fun? I mean, you're so good at it too. Aloha says, she's thinking more and more about DMing by the day, guys. I am. And now Monkey's saying it. I'm like, it'd be fun. That'd be so fun. Hard time fitting this just right on the base. I'm gonna turn perspective off to kind of see how we're handling those overhangs there. I need to tuck him towards the back as much as possible. It's kind of just a tricky one to get to fit. It's important that I don't change the base size though. If he has to be a tiny bit smaller, that's fine. But the base needs to still be a standard 25 millimeters. Let's see if I can rotate this without without sacrificing any of the coolness of the pose. Just rotate that upwards a little bit. There we go. So that's going to make this a lot more narrow. I think we're going to find a bit of a win-win situation here. So that was, yeah, that looks good. Corey says, I get confetti? Dang, I guess it means I have to. Pretty much. It's magical confetti. Blaze says, I'm gonna get in a bad mood. Internet keeps going down. Aw, sorry. Wilson, love your way. Can you guys tell I'm proud of my effects? They're so easy set up, they're just really fun. Taylor says, she'll be converted soon to Loa, but talking about me, about DMing, probably. There we go. That's working out great. So he still has that really strong silhouette. We kind of just scooted him up a little bit. Now let's make sure that this is still nice and flat. It sure is. There we go. That looks great. Monkey says, I need to get a banana confetti for when I join in chat. We'll see, I might. Aloha says, having me come up with an encounter, a battle, or general occasion for campaign, and then having Discord people each create something for it. That'd be pretty fun. That'd be quite the joint effort. All right. I think we're looking good. I need to rotate this just so that rock isn't clipping through his foot. There we go. Before, after. Beautiful. Very nice. All right, let's get that all merged up so I can send that over to my husband and he can have fun poly painting this however he likes. So for those of you that are just joining, let me give a little bit of clarification here. So everything that I do here is a request on Patreon. So that's what keeps the lights on. That's how I get to do what I love and share people's creativity. But this one's fun. So this is a request. I don't normally do this, but the person who requested this model, it's their player character and they have been supporting me for a long time. So I went a little above and beyond. And I'm also gonna print it really big and in color. I don't plan to necessarily send it to him or anything. Yeah, I might, who knows. But usually I just provide the digital STLs for you to print yourself at home. That's my Patreon benefit. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. What this normally printed is at this scale. That's what these are designed for. This is a mermaid. You can't super see it on camera because my camera is designed to focus on faces, so it doesn't love focusing on prints. But if you guys are interested in that at all, there's always links in the description, all that good stuff. Oh, and my name is Mia. I feel like I don't always clarify who that is because people in the chat literally say my name and I'm like, if you guys weren't sure, that's me. They're talking to me. All right, so this will be color print ready, OBJ. Perfect. And now let's go back to like our normal preparation here. All right, so to prepare these prints like normal, I make sure that the bottom here is perfectly flat. And then if you see like this rainbow color, the reason why it's rainbow is because it is making every distinct poly group a different color. And you don't want that. That means that these meshes are separate. So for example, you'll notice here, I can like click on stuff and it's just its own thing floating there. We don't want that. We want to make sure all these overlaps are merged into one nice piece. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Hack and Slash Minis is here. Hello, Mia. Hi, welcome back. Monkey says, I'd be down. Could like make an app for it. That'd be rad. That'd be really fun. Nice tiefling. Thank you. I'm really happy with it. That's a fun one. It was kind of tricky because I know it looks a little more on the paladin-y side. I had to find it in between. It's a Eldritch Knight, which Knight would imply paladin, but Eldritch Knight is actually a subclass of fighter. So kind of found like a somewhat in between here. Regardless, I had a lot of fun with it. So right now we're kind of prepping for 3D printing. Doing my usual checks and whatnot. After this, I'm gonna have the check out the poll and see where we're at in terms of what's winning. I think it's still the farmer werewolf. That's already been sculpted on a previous stream, so we'll be posing that. I'll be posing that manually in ZBrush. I won't be using a different software for that. And the reason is because I haven't posed a lot of digitally legs in Character Creator 4. We haven't quite toyed around with that. I'm sure that we can, we just haven't done it yet. I didn't realize how much this belt was slipping. Let's go ahead and fix that. There we go. It's small stuff, you know, it matters to take care of it. There we go. Wolf says, I would love to help with the world building or the DMing. I could see that, my goodness. What you've shared already in the Discord is so, so cool. Blaze says she could come up with the intro scene where they meet at the end and the encounter there. That'd be fun. Wolf says, it'd be fun to do an evil versus good player team. They're trying to set up the other group. Oh, that'd be really, really cool. Well, we're all in the same Discord and I stream almost every day, so we can keep talking about it. Oh, a bunch of you guys joined the Discord. Oh, good, good. We got Leon, Reaper, and Pumpkin Snatcher. All right, I think best username's gonna have to go to Pumpkin Snatcher. That's great. I'll send a little wave to all of you guys. Thanks for joining. Kabari says, well, I should get running. I did want to drop in and say hello and show some support. Thank you. I'll be scarce until I get home. Have a good one, everyone. Good luck with the stream, yeah. Bye. Thanks for joining. All right. Moving right along here. I am doing my cardinal sin where I merge everything all at once in post-process. I was really confident in this mesh and the way that I prepared it, and sure enough, I was able to post-process it all in one go, which is insane. If my students are watching, I know some of you guys are my students, don't do that. It's bad. Do as I say, not as I do. Monkey said, who'll sell my pumpkin? That's a reference, someone that just joined the Discord. I immensely appreciate you guys hanging out with me on stream. And for those of you guys that are also in the Discord, again, it used to be a Patreon only thing, but I decided it's my community and I like you guys so much here on stream. Like, just all come hang out. You guys all fit right in. But that being said, check the Discord every now and then because Aloha usually is pretty on it with memes and stuff. I don't have a dedicated meme channel right now, but I probably need to. All right, the Farmer Werewolf is still winning at 50% lead, and I'm excited to get that posed. All right, let's see how this guy's looking. I reduced the resolution. I'm not seeing any problems. Pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and remesh. Hack and Slash says, yeah, nothing worse than getting to the end and find pockets and gaps during the post-print process. Yeah, I'm really lucky right now. I have found, I mean, you literally can just merge in a sphere and remesh again, but it doesn't always work. Works most of the time. Hindsight, hey, welcome back. I usually start at 12 to 12:30. She says start stream at 10:45 the next day. No, I said that I start anywhere between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. around noonish. Aloha says, hey Mia, I don't personally print, but if I was to eventually place a Patreon request, would it be okay to ask for the ZBrush file to learn from it? If that's too much, then totally understandable. Oh, of course. I'd be so happy to share that with you. Speaking of, if there's any file that, do you want the unposed version? That's probably the best to learn from. I have an archive here. So if I go here, these are all recent Patreon releases. So like the Cursed Mermaid we worked on stream, really anything on stream. If there's something that you wanted the ZBrush file to play around with, let me know. I'm so happy to share that. This is what I have just ready right here, this pose archive. That's all just ready to go. Those are unposed, which is probably what's best to play with as a student. Hindsight says, bah, humbug. Play says 10 a.m. for me, but I think he started 10 minutes early. That is true. That is true. I take my start time as a just general suggestion. I might just start at any time though. Yeah, this is pretty unhinged post-processing this all at once. But it worked. Oh, it's only 156,000 points. Did I lower the resolution on this too much? No, it looks good. Okay, good. Beautiful. All right, let's get these put into Mesh Mixer, which is totally not necessary. It's just, I like to triple check in different softwares. We'll just do one at a time. And then we'll hop right on over to that Farmer Werewolf. Sweet, not a single mesh error. My goodness. Awesome. All right, this is our Demonic Eldritch Knight action. New base version. I provide the no base versions because some people like to paint their minis without the base and then put their own bases on later. Or if you want to rescale it to whatever you like. My default I provide on Patreon is 28mm. But if you want to rescale it, it's best if you rescale the base and the mini separately. Otherwise your bases will end up larger than they're supposed to be, which isn't like the worst thing, but it's always nice when your models fit on a battle map the way they're supposed to. Alright, I'm not certain if his feet are touching the base everywhere. They are, good. I just wanted to double, triple check. And then while we're waiting here, maybe I can throw a fun render up for you guys. The radial overlay is usually pretty fun. Blaze says, will it fix them if there are any? And that's talking about mesh errors. It does an okay job. I really just do it for it to scream at me, and then I go into ZBrush and I fix it there because ZBrush is a much more robust program for that. But it can fix like tiny issues. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I had a 3D print issue that actually would compromise the integrity of a print. Most of the errors it talks about are so minor and minute, it would never actually affect a print. If there's a giant gaping hole in the model, then yes, that'll be a problem. But all like the little flags it throws up, nah, you'll know. You'll usually be able to like see if there's a integrity issue. It also helps that I've done like 1,000 models. I'm really kind of poo-pooing this a little too much. My students, bless their heart, I've had my students send me some meshes and I'm like, how did you do this? And I forget, they're 1,000 models behind. They haven't done that yet, so go figure. So don't be as confident as I am printing until you've done it 1,000 times. Be careful, be diligent. I still recommend that. I'm definitely making it sound like it's not a big deal a little too much. There we go. Blaze says, don't jinx yourself. Right. I backpedaled. Hack and Slash says, I want to take a break from sculpting humanoids, so I sculpted a Kraken recently. Man, monsters are fun to sculpt. If you're comfortable, I would be thrilled. I mean, you're welcome to self-promote in my channel. I have a Spirit Tea. That's my new game obsession. I have a self-promotion channel. I am super creator-friendly. You can just straight up advertise your work here for people to, like, your Patreon, Kickstarters, anything like that. It's a limit of once per week, but it's honestly kind of the rule of cool. Like, Wolf has posted more than once. I don't care. I only enforce that rule if, like, you're doing something you shouldn't be. Taka says, oh, so the reason for the baseless version for scaling is just for the battle maps. I always thought the printer would have trouble or something. That makes much more sense. Yeah, it is. Wolf says, you're still a little quiet today. Yeah, I'll talk louder. No, I'm just joking. I can bump that. All right. Hack and Slash says, yeah, those issues are really only become problems when it scales them to like 300%. Very true. Blaze says, I want to see a dragon. I have a bunch of dragons. Hindsight, arguably though, the fact that you've done 1,000+ models and still double check it in Mesh Mixer just reinforces your point regarding diligence. Absolutely. Blaze says, ooh, a dragon and a writer. Sounds like you should support me on Patreon and submit a request. Hack and Slash says, I've been doing a lot of NDA stuff for Beetle and Grim lately, so not a whole lot to promote. Kraken just for fun. That's fair. But you know, I'm always a huge supporter of your work. Every time I see you, I'm always thinking your full name, but I'm like, Hack and Slash. Because no one to know what I'm talking about by saying Michael. Aloha says, careful, I lurk in the Discord and can pop out at any time. Blaze says, turn up your volume, Wolf. With a smiley face, I feel like it's the fun. Like, you mean it's super sweet, but I'm just like, turn up your volume then. That's how I read it. But yeah, I'm curious. Wolf mentions I'm a little quiet. Am I quiet for all of y'all, or should I bump up the volume a little bit? Let me know. And then to lurkers alike and stuff, reminder, little hearts, join the community, blah, 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 self-promote, all that good stuff. All right, let me upload this stuff before I forget. This looks really nice though. I'm also gonna take another extra moment here to send this to Pete right now. He actually paid for a priority ticket, which means he was able to jump up the queue line on my request board. And whenever people pay extra on top of supporting me on Patreon, I make sure to just send it to them right away. I want to show that I appreciate them as much as possible. Hack and Slash says, yeah, the new company name is definitely an improvement over Epic Adventure Miniatures. Yeah, Hack and Slash Minis, it just flows right off the tongue. I like it. Hack and Slash says, people calling me Hack feels more appropriate than people calling me Epic. Oh, self-roast. Love me a good self-roast. Oh my goodness. All right, almost done. Thanks for being patient with me, y'all. I know I'm doing stuff off screen. It's not as exciting, but we're almost ready to move right along here. All right, that's all set. Good. Hindsight says, I bumped my volume for you, but the music seems louder than usual. I don't really notice it. It seems to be competing with voice and level balance. Like the music's as loud as your voice. That's so dumb because I literally didn't change it since yesterday. Calm down, music. All right, I got you guys. All right, I'm nudging the music down and I'm gonna bump my mic up. It should be identical, but I totally believe you guys. It's funny. All right, I bumped my mic up and bumped the music down. Y'all let me know. And then Blaze says, hey, the money is better than trying to carry to the top of the list. Respect there. I think we're having fun, chat. I think so. And yeah, absolutely. If someone tried to just like strong arm their way to the top of the request board and be rude, that I would probably just tease them and be like, yep, working on it. And be like a month later, it's like, oh, no, just still working on it. Heinz, it says, sounds good to me now. Very good, very good. I appreciate you guys being vocal with me because it's really easy for me to change. All right. We are golden. Let's get on to the next model. We got this farmer werewolf that won the pose. The poll. We're going to pose. That's on my mind. So yeah, this lovely lady, thank you. I think y'all, it's so obviously a feminine fit. Anyway. Oh, Taylor, the other Taylor is here. Battle of the Taylors commence. Anyway, Taylor says, what character are you sculpting here? I was just finishing up the Eldritch, the Tiefling Eldritch Knight. Just finished that, and now we're doing the Farmer Werewolf. Taylor, right on cue. My nemesis has appeared. Very good. Aloha. The other Taylor enters the tavern. I appreciate you guys. All right, let me end this poll. Or I'll just leave it up, actually. No, it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna leave it between the Jester construct and the Djinn. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to yet another model today, but I'll put it up just in case. And a Djinn is just a genie, for those of you who are just like, a what? And then the Jester construct. Yeah. New poll is live now. Taylor Mania 2025. And this is why I love doing requests so much, why they're so important to me. So I just sent these over to Pete. This is our private DM. But yeah, like, I haven't tested parameters, it should be good to go. I shared the links. And then Pete's just super excited. Like, these are going on my next build plate, thanks. And it just feels good, you know? It feels like delivering a little presents. I really love what I do. Oh, and then Clute shared in my Discord this Kraken they made for fun. So this is Hack and Slash Minis. This is what he just shared and is working on. A little love for Clute right here. That's his name. He is Hack and Slash, my bad. That is awesome. I love the eyeball on the back. How fun is that? Very cool. But yeah, if you guys want to follow him, he has his links to my Discord. You should. He is a nice fellow. Blaze says, what happens if there's a tie? There won't be a tie. Yeah, I just complain until someone votes. Miguel says, hey, bud. Hey, Miguel. Welcome back. Good luck today on your stream. I'm working on a blue dragon. Oh, how funny. Blaze was just saying they wanted to see a dragon. And then Milton's here. You're new. Hey, welcome. We're sculpting D&D minis. I just finished a Tiefling Eldritch Knight, and now we're working on a werewolf, but specifically a lady. And she's a farmer, so that's why she still has some clothes, or most of her clothes. I haven't tattered them up or posed her yet. I'm gonna find some pose references that I like, and then we'll get going. I mean, you know what? I think we should do that classic, like, lumbering. I don't know if you guys can see me on the camera, but I'm like trying to do the pose. Like, you know, when they put like their arms out, they're like, yeah, it'll look cool. Trust me. I got a vision. And then Blaze says, I like the shade of blue with purple. Nice model. And that's talking about what I just shared for Hack and Slash. Alrighty, so she has transformed into a werewolf. Really cute outfit, but it is a little too clean. So let's go ahead and make sure this is torn off a little bit. I find it easier to sculpt clothes just nice and clean and then ruin them after the fact. And then Miguel says ballerina pose, get crazy. You know, I was just showing that off earlier. I did a ballerina pose for one of my garden fairies. Now I have to show it because that's really funny you brought that up again. And it was hard. It was Ricky did it. He did a great job. But speaking of ballerina pose, this is I think this is more fitted for the fairy than it is the werewolf. I know. It's like, you won't. I'm like, you're right. I will not. And then everyone's giving Milton a really warm welcome to the tavern. Thank you guys. I brag about my community all the time. You guys are just the sweetest. All right, let's get going. I really like some of the clothing I've made here, so I'm gonna create some copies and drop them down into my asset library. So this is how I do that. So I drop down the resolution a lot. And then delete the higher subdiv. It's gonna look like stuff is disappearing and reappearing. That's just because I have my transparency modes turned on. But I'm pretty much just reconstructing this outfit right here. If you watched my streams before, you'll know that this is going to go into a big asset library full of all kinds of pieces. I kind of just pull from them as I want to. It's really important that when I add stuff to my asset library, there's no detail on it. Otherwise, it kind of becomes a pain when I'm trying to reuse and pivot stuff. There we go. So now I have this really nice top, and I can really easily take this and iterate some new designs from it later on, maybe. It's just like a nice tool to have. All right, I'll go into my organized folder to go into my asset library later. I'll call it Tunic Peasant. Beautiful. And if you guys are curious about that asset library, if you haven't seen it before, let me go ahead and show it to you. I call them master tools. These are all things I've created and sculpted over the years. And this is what it looks like. So yeah, I got a bunch of pieces and I kind of just iterate from these as I keep going. As you can tell right now, I do have a couple tunics, but they're not as nice as the one I just made. So yeah. In addition to having my Patreon where I share 3D printable models for you guys to take those files and print at home, I also teach. So my point being is that I dabble in both worlds with 3D modeling and 3D printing. So if you have any questions or want help, let me know, because I'm an absolute open book with my process and I'm happy to, there are no trade secrets. So if you're watching, you're wondering what's going on, you want to know the nitty gritty, ask. I'm happy to share. Okay, and this is the male werewolf for context, because y'all were like, it just looks like a wolf. And I'm like, no, it's a lady. So this is a man. This is much more masculine. Part of me is just being facetious, but a little serious. I toyed with doing some like fluffy mane hairstyle thing. But it just looks like a wig on a wolf and I can't do it. So we're not gonna do it. I tried to make it work. I don't like it. Blaze says, Reaper joined Discord and introduced herself as Taylor Beth. Anyone thinking what I am? A new addition to the Taylor War. Oh my gosh, beautiful. And Taylor says, oh, I am the Reaper. There we go, beautiful. I think that means second Taylor is going to win the war. And then Taylor asked, did you make all those template elements? I love the fur cape. Yes, I did. I sculpted all of those. Thank you. And yeah, I agree. I've gotten this like main thing to work before, but it's not working. All right. Looking good, and let's go ahead and start adding some weathering. There's a couple different ways you can do this. An easy, quick, and dirty way is grab your damn standard brush and an alpha, and then you can kind of like just, bam, it's a mess now, right? If you do this, it doesn't, I mean, it's fast, but I'd like to be a little, actually it looks really good. That looks better than I expected to, y'all. Okay, I was showing you guys that to show how sloppy and unintentional it looked, and then I actually kind of like it. So, never mind. Whatever I was gonna say, just forget it. Now we're gonna add some asymmetrical details. I'll tell you what, I've got no problem changing my mind, that's for sure. I didn't expect to immediately change my mind. All right, I do think it'd be nice to still push some asymmetrical details here and pull some of these down to look like proper shreds. So my point still stands of like, oh yeah, take time to make it asymmetrical and more organic and natural looking. But just throwing quick alpha on does work. So you'll see I'm kind of making the whole outfit a little crooked. Like I have one pant leg that's shorter than the other, stuff among that nature. It makes a big difference. Just remember that if you're going to wear and tear, you do the same thing to the back. There we go. Monkey says, don't do this. Well, actually. Yeah, that was my life just now. Wolf says, wolves are pretty androgynous for humans. That's true. That's true. Aloha says, yes, looking much more feminine. Great job. Mia has a gun under the table. Yes. Oh, Cindervlogs here. Welcome back. I'm pretty sure I've seen you before. Question, when you prep a model for 3D printing, does ZBrush have some sort of cavity detection to make sure we're not trapping resin inside? Blender's pretty bad for this. It does not have cavity detection. However, you can remesh by union or Dynamesh, and that will take any overlapping meshes and unify them into one solid watertight mesh. You can also do close holes. Sometimes auto groups will work to do this cavity detection kind of. The best you can do is just subtract a Boolean at the end and kind of like a cross section and double check. But yes, the answer is no, but yes. Hack and Slash says, building a library of assets you can reuse but edit and expand on is key, improving speed on a project without sacrificing quality. I agree. I want to do more streams with you guys where all I do is make like swords that day, like the best swords in my current skill level. And because there are some assets I have that are underneath my current skill level, and so I need to start revising and upgrading them. Blaze says, wouldn't slaves rip open a bit? Is Slay changed to a wolf? Yeah. So I should do more like this, like poking through. Yes, I like it. Aloe says, we hate Blender here, guys. Blender levels get thrown out. It's true, we're Blender snobs here. No, I'm totally joking. You guys are all welcome to be here. Oh, Taylor has help for Sender. Just add a transparent material you'll be able to see inside. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. Blaze says, hey, don't click on Blender. Still have an open mind. Oh yeah, we full in jest, but we're serious. But we're joking. Taylor, other Taylor, God, you guys, I don't want to call the original Taylor Brownie because you were the first ones. I feel like your name shouldn't change. You were the first child, so to speak, right? So you get like first child privileges. One of you guys has a capital and one doesn't. Maybe I'll say capital Taylor and lowercase Taylor. No, that's super stupid too. I don't know what to do with you guys. Second Taylor says, Blender is the only reason I can do anything with models. Yeah, no, you guys are all welcome. I think it'd be nice if all these stitches were just a little crooked, yeah? Boop. The boop is necessary. I will texture the feet later, we're just not there yet. So right now I'm kind of just pulling the clothes around to where like they obviously fit perfectly at one point, but now after this transformation things are just a little off. I probably won't push it too much farther until I really need to think and then talk until I pose. I got into a bad habit I usually can get away with thinking and talking at the same time. Obviously it doesn't always work. I do like these scratches here. Let's see if we can line them up again and then continue to shred that. Very good. All right, we're working out. This is looking really good. Sick, I think we're ready to pose, y'all. Miguel says thinking is overrated. You were absolutely correct. Blaze says, you know, if as many people join Discord as we'd have more here. I mean, I think I read that in a confusing way. I don't know why it's not clicking in my brain. Hindsight says capital Taylor and little Taylor. I might say that. That's really funny to me. Monkey says, how mind blown would you be if I said my name is also Taylor? It's not though. Monkey, it's not, but what if? Yeah, see, I know you too well at this point, Monkey. I'm just kind of skimming through the chat because y'all have so much to say. I love it. I'm just trying to keep up with it. Sender saying to Taylor, it's more so when there's a ton of overlapping meshes to build the final. Yeah, that's where ZBrush does really well with the remesh by Union. I feel like there's got to be something in Blender that is similar to that. Oh god, we are all Taylor today. I'm just glad you guys can't easily change your username because it'd give me an absolute aneurysm on stream. Oh yeah, hindsight, Aloha's just, I'm sorry, to Aloha, hindsight just teasing you. Taylor says, capital Taylor, I said this above, but I don't want you to miss this idea if you're rejected. Oh, I missed it, yeah. I think it'd be funny if the wolf was wearing an oven mitten on her hand that her claws break through. I love that. It's not quite firmer enough, that's more on like the baker side, but that's so funny. I do love that idea. Thank you for saying it again. You're right. I totally missed it. For the most part, if I don't say your guys' comment out loud, I either missed it or I feel like it's a sub-conversation that I don't need to highlight. Aloha, caught red-handed. I appreciate that, Aloha, you use those little cat emojis I uploaded. Currently, Aloha is my first and only member on YouTube. A lot of you guys are on Patreon already. But if you're not interested in 3D printable models, you can totally join on YouTube. I do have an option for you guys to submit requests through YouTube instead too. So just putting it out there. If you want cat emojis, I guess the real appeal is the model request from me, but cat emojis. Monkey says Miguel is Taylor number 42.5. Miguel, or MZ4250, because I'm spoiling your real name. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm in fact not a Taylor. Oh my goodness. Alright, y'all. Let's delete Manwolf because we don't need him. And then I'm going to check each of these subtools just to make sure that we have a low enough resolution to work with. Oh yeah, this is like crazy low res. Even for my standards, this is pretty wild. Good job, me. Alright. We're going to replace this one on the left here with their updated shredded version. Beautiful. And now this is how we pose in ZBrush. I got a Z plugin and Transpose Master. You click on T-Pose Mesh. For the life of me, I don't know why they don't just say start and end. They say T-Pose Mesh and T-Pose bar sub T. Start is the button on the left, and then you end with the button on the right. Taylor, imposter, you don't deserve the Taylor name. Beautiful. Oh, it's also extremely important. Let's talk a little bit more about Hack and Slash Minis. One, he's a great artist, but two, they just shared a bunch of pictures of their pug in my Discord, and this is deeply important to me because my pug is not visible, but he's real. He's right here off to the side. I swear he's hanging out. You guys even see him on the camera. That blue blob. I'm gonna call him up in a second and we'll take a little break. But oh my gosh, your pug is so cute. Gosh, what a good little goblin. All right. And yeah, Hack and Slash Minis and I, we go back. We've known each other for quite a few years now, actually, as crazy as it think. So he knows my dog's name. It's Maverick. I think I said that on stream, but only a few times. All right, I was gonna ask for permission to take a small break to show you guys my dog, but that's insane because it's my stream. So we're taking a small break. All right, we're gonna swap right here for a second and I'm gonna show you guys my dog. Come here. Hello, come here. Big shake. Oh yeah, nice sound. Come up, up, up. Come this way. He's like half asleep. Up. Come on. I know you can do this. I need to scoop my chair. Here you go. Is that what you're used to? There you go. But this is my goblin. This is Maverick. This is my, thank you. Thanks for a big sneeze. This is my good boy. He was just hanging out with me almost all day yesterday, just laying on my lap. So maybe he'll stay here as I keep sculpting. Oof, you need to stop sneezing on my face. Do you guys have pets? I have two. This is one of the two. I got this one, and then my other one is much larger. That's my horse. This one's 20 pounds, the other one's 1,200 pounds. Yes, this is Void Dog. You're a squish face. You are. When we first moved to Tennessee, we gave him like these Costco bones, like a treat. This freaking dog gained like 7 pounds in a month. He was so fat. But luckily, he has now been on a diet and he looks nice and skinny again. Yes, you are now not 80% Costco bones. I love Snorts. Yeah, he's a good boy. Everyone say hello to Maverick. You're allowed one pet each. Yes. We'll do face massage. He loves this. Miguel says, I hear the horses aren't actually real. You're right, they're actually just dragons in disguise. Blaze has a Siamese cat that lets her live in her house. Oh, that's so nice of your cat. Very generous. You're my good bean. You are. Meanwhile, Taylor and Sender are having a real productive conversation in the chat. Good job. I'm just gonna hold my dog for a second. This is my break. Are you being good? You are being good. He's looking at his bone. Are you not want to hang out with me? You should hang out with me. Do you want to hang out with me while I sculpt? Yeah? I think he's saying yes. I don't know. His eyes say nothing. There's nothing behind these eyes. Miguel says, I knew it. And Taylor agrees. Mia, horses are just dragons before their power up. It's true. It's true. All right. How about you just hang out with me? No? Are you not going to hang out? Okay, he does not want to hang out with me. That honestly hurts. All right. You want to go chew on your bone? I don't know what you're doing. He wants back up immediately. Okay. Monkey has 2 cats, a dog, 6 fish, and a science experiment. Is that the child? Yes, aka the 9-year-old child. I don't know what you want. You got down immediately. Here, come up here and then lay down my lap. Come on. Good job. All right, we're gonna work together now. You wanna lay down? Thanks for big face sneeze. Nope, I hate that. Yep, lay down. Nope, that's the opposite of laying down. It's like you know you're on camera and you're like gonna be extra cute. Sorry, my hair's on your face. All right. All right, I'm gonna try to work with him on my lap. We'll see how that goes. I'll angle my camera a little bit so y'all can possibly see him. The real star of the show. All right, he's just ahead. All right, let's see how much we can get done here. Break is over. We are now, oh, you're laying your chest on, you're so cute. God, okay. He's laying his head on my chest. All right, so I can actually do a decent amount of this pose in symmetry, which is unusual. I usually can't do that. That's because the arms will be mostly the same. Normally I kind of pose from the feet up and I balance their weight underneath. In this case, I want to pull her shoulders out a bit. Really kind of give this lurching, hunting pose. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna do some big movements here. You are so cute. Oh my god. Yes. Can you guys even see him anymore? Or is he just like a black spot on my chest? I'll need to pose the hands for sure. They look way too relaxed. It makes us look weird. Hack and Slash says, pug eyes are spell foci to conjure treats. I agree. Oh my gosh, how are you being so precious? He never does this. Like, he hangs out and he's cute, but he's pressing his head on my chest. Oh, you're just a baby. You are. Cute. Maybe I'll make you my business mascot. I'll tell them that every Patreon support just gives you more treats. Just kidding, it definitely doesn't. He's a pug. I can't give him that many treats, or otherwise he just blows up into fat. I know. I feel bad because my horse is a thoroughbred. They run real hot. I can feed that horse whatever I want all the time, and he's not gonna get fat. Meanwhile, I can't give you anything. No, I can't. We legit will give him just more dog kibble, like by hand, and pretend it's treats. That's the best in between that we've found. All right, let's go ahead and start hunching the body over. So this is kind of be a top-down pose, which is really odd. Again, I usually do the absolute opposite. We're gonna start rotating at the hips here. Not hips. What is this called? Rib cage. This looks so silly. Trust the process. All in due time. We need to spread the feet apart as well. Make sure you kind of like mask this like pelvis area too. Otherwise you're gonna get even more distortion than you should have to deal with. There we go. Bit of a wider stance. She is not friendly. And I need to rotate the knees as well. Here we go. I hope you guys didn't hear that. That was my stomach. That was very loud. I did not have breakfast, which I thought was fine until... Alright. Hack and Slash says, Maverick is the branch manager. He is. You are. Turning up the cute. It really is. You're being a sweet babe. You are. Have you guys seen more of those 3D printed houses? Like they did like a little neighborhood test trial. I don't think that went very well. That was like 10 years ago. But I have seen like legit 3D printed houses. Like they're usually private builds in the middle of nowhere. Would you guys ever live in a 3D printed house? I don't know if I would just because they look so obviously 3D printed and kind of ugly. But it's kind of a flex. Like it's an interesting thing, you know? It's like, I don't know. They sure build them fast. Oh, you guys are horrified I didn't have breakfast. I know. Monkey, Mia, is this a continuation of yesterday? You need to eat food sometimes. No, I swear actually I don't really eat a lot. I like food though. I've always kind of eaten light. I have fajitas planned for lunch though. I have my own like fresh pico de gallo made. It's super freaking good. But that's not now. And yeah, Monkey is talking about yesterday's stream where I was legit spicy and grouchy the whole time. It was funny, but I wasn't fully kidding. No, I was totally kidding. Alright, she's looking silly. Making progress though. Alright, it's time to break out of symmetry because this looks dumb. We've gotten a good amount done here though. So let's go ahead and put a leg forward and then we can rotate this pose. Made some really good progress really quickly. That's always nice. Also, if you guys are gonna be all judgy about breakfast, what did you guys have for breakfast? Tell me. I know there's some other people in here that just had coffee. I'm certain of it. Isn't it amazing how much putting just one leg to the side makes this look better? I need to move her pant down a little bit to hide her weird little knee. And then talking more about my question about 3D printed houses, Taylor says 3D printed houses are very ugly and experimental, but imagine in the future we could get to model our own houses in ZBrush. I didn't think about that. That is so fun. I'd model like a giant tree. I want to live in a tree. Wolf says, I heard they're good, but as a networking and Wi-Fi, it's not great. That does make sense, being that it is like solid material. And talk about the same thing as Taylor, like imagine you can model like your own castle and live in it. I'm telling you guys, artists are gonna rule the world one day. What if I don't design minis in the future? I build houses. That'd be like a full 180. I'm like, I mean, I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm not civil, but like, close enough. Monkey did just have coffee. Hey, you were judging about, yeah, damn it, I just had coffee. I knew it. I knew it. Taylor had leftover dinner. They had fish. Fish for breakfast sounds a bit cursed. I have a really sensitive stomach. Maybe that's partly why I like to eat light meals. Hey, Lucky's here. You're new. Hey, welcome, Lucky. It's 10:30 p.m. in India. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're talking about breakfast right now. It's closer to lunchtime here, though. It's noon. But yeah, welcome. I make D&D characters and 3D printable models for a living. Right now we're making a werewolf, getting her all nice and posed up. It's still pretty early on, but it's improving quickly. Blaze says, or is that the poly count or whatever? Sorry, still learning. Is a knee a bit pointy? Oh yeah, it's super pointy. I mean, it's somewhat the poly count. I mean, I literally just bent it. So whenever you pose, you're gonna have to re-sculpt areas that, especially joints. It is looking pointier because of the low poly count, like look at this tail, for example. But it also does look stupid in general. To be fair, knees aren't the most aesthetic things anyway. But that will all need work and help as we continue. All right, I need to bend this head up even a touch more, and I'm gonna grab the entire head and move it even lower. Having high shoulders is key for having this like leering, stalking pose I'm going for. She still looks a bit cute. I think she just looks really friendly and cute. More like a shy dog as opposed to like going to eat you werewolf. It's also the hands are totally relaxed, which makes this look silly. So we've got more work to do. Her tail is also facing the wrong way. There we go. Something else I can do quick here is you click V on your keyboard, so V for Vixen. It'll turn the whole thing black, and that's a really nice tool to check how your silhouette is looking. Highly recommend. Aloha says, me has been exposed in general chat. Are you guys making fun of me? Now what? It's just a really cute screen grab of me grabbing Maverick's head. I love it. Saying that Maverick is now Ricky. Ricky's my husband. He comes in every now and then. He's the other half of M3DM. Leon says, I have to go now. I wish you a lovely afternoon, morning. Thank you so much for joining, Leon. I hope to see you again. But bye. Blaze says, okay, someone posted inverted centaurs in Discord and it's so disturbing. Yeah, inverted centaurs, we're a friendly lot, but oh, that's cursed. Bad wolf. If you want to know what's going on, my Discord is open to everyone. That's part of my community, and by being in my live stream, you're part of my community. I've absorbed you. As Aloha says, you have been netted, you have been scooped. At the very top of the chat, there's 2 hearts. It says join our Discord. Join our Discord. Click on that, and you're in. Yeah, Wolf says that is me. Yeah, bad wolf. Sorry guys, he's not fully house trained yet. We're working on it. On a real note, Wolf is super cool, and I'm really glad that you're here. I mean, I think you only found me like last week or something, but man, you've just fit right in. Something else I like to do, which is kind of breaking rules in ZBrush, is you can delete if not allowed. No, you're great. You're so good. Keep on it. But stop. But keep doing that. I take a lot of pride in how clear of a communicator I am. Anyway, so one of the rules I break in ZBrush is when I have a pose that looks pretty good, but I don't have the skill set to make minor adjustments effectively, I'll take the move brush and just smush, smush. You know what I mean? You kind of move it around to get a more dramatic line of action. Your line of action is what is describing the pose. So let's go ahead. We're gonna have a lesson. So in this case, the line of action is best seen from the side, and it's quite literally a line, which is describing the movement. So this is what I had in mind before I started sculpting. So before, obviously, our character was just like T-pose, right? That's what we started with. And then I changed it into this line of action, which describes the motion of the pose. So that's why I'm really looking for this like C. Another thing that's really important when you're creating strong poses is contrapposto. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's Italian, I think. I always want to say contrapposta because Italian. But anyway, essentially that's just describing the relationship of the shoulders to the hips. So let's go ahead and I'll detail that example for y'all too. I find little lines go a long way in understanding this stuff. Alrighty, let's talk about contrapposto. Contrapposto. Anyway, so when you start your model, right, you got your little dude, and you can see the line here of the shoulders and the hips. They stack on top of each other and they're parallel. You don't want that. You want to bend and have this like organic shoulder roll kind of fluidity, even in a stiffer pose. That's why I have the shoulders, the hips here have now been hiked up and the shoulders have been brought down. This bending that you have, so breaking those lines so they're no longer parallel, you want them so one day those points will actually intersect at some point. That is key to getting this fluid pose. And the more dramatic you have these lines, the more fluid that pose is probably gonna look. All right, you guys have been arted. You now have a little more art. Meanwhile, center block, contrarian pasta. God, I'm gonna say that now. Careful, it's things that like click in my brain, especially if they're funny, will replace what's actually true. Don't. Blaze, is she gonna carry something? Nah, she's a werewolf, just claws. But she does need her hands to be posed. Since they're just like hanging down like wet fish, they don't look very cool, so we're gonna fix that. Parkour werewolf, no. Beautiful. Taylor War is still ongoing. Very good, very good. Hack and slash goofy earworms. Yeah, well put. Cinder Block says, back in art school, the statue of David was a thing that was always used to talk about contrapposto. Absolutely. Isn't he naked? I probably can't put him on stream. Yep, he is just full out there, y'all. I cannot put the statue of David on my stream. I've done that kind of stuff before, and YouTube, yeah, was like, oh, though in context, you can't just put a literal blank on the screen. I'm like, it's art. Anyway, Google the statue of David. Good example. Monkey says, that is our goal, letting you Tay-Tays curse. Fight amongst yourselves while I become king of the Leons. Enter dad dog joke. Beautiful. You guys are wonderful. My God. Anyway, back to art. Oh, I don't want to pose these hands because posing hands is the worst. All right, I need to claw shape. So I need to bring this finger out more. I'm trying to like think of hands. Reminder to my students too, anyone's in my mentorship program learning ZBrush, you have your own hands. Like when you're sculpting hands, look at them. And it will help immensely, I promise. Hey, Pixel's here. Hey, welcome back. We're working on a farmer werewolf right now. I want to pose the hands right now, but I really don't. So I'm trying to find anything else to do. I can't pose the hands outside of Transpose Master because the claws are separate subtools. So I know I have to do it now. I just really don't want to. Is there something else in the pose I can fix? Is there anything else I can work on? That looks nicer. Nah, the pose is kind of solid. I kind of have to move on. I think it'd look better if she was bent even more at the hip. So yeah, I can do that. Yes. I like using the transpose line to more effectively grab rotation points because I can put it in the center of the model a lot easier. Because it's very sensitive. Wherever you have this line and then try to rotate, it's very sensitive. So make sure that you have your pivot point where you want it to be. Also, Cinder, it's very cool that you went to art school. I went to school, just not art school. I hated school. Were you guys good students? I was an exceptional student. I was like capital S smart. But I hated school and I was a terrible student. Like I got good grades. I just mean like my attitude was absolute ass. It's gotten better. Here, this will describe the kind of student that I was. In my my second year of college, I took a chemistry, pretty standard, and on the syllabus it said that your lowest midterm score would be dropped entirely. So I just didn't go to one of the midterms, and I just got A's on the ones I needed, and I just didn't go for like the last half of the semester. And he called me in his office. He's like, that is not what I meant. I've never had a student do that. And I'm like, I'm taking 22 units. If I can find a shortcut for time, I'm going to. If you're wondering why I took 22 units, it's because I had a full ride scholarship, but it lasts for 4 years. And getting your engineering degree in 4 years is a huge pain. So I had to really like game how many classes that I took. And that meant 18 to 22 units every semester. So that's what I did. And I did graduate on time. Yay. Not hearts. Ironic confetti. Anyway. Aloha says, I don't know, Mia, are we good students? Yes. My mentorship students are the best. You guys are wonderful. Wolf says, hands are weird. I get really tripped out at making drawing hands. I agree. Just keep looking at them. Blaze says, now we insist you do it. Don't do it because it's easy. Do it because you need to. That's actually a really good pep talk. I want to argue with you, but you're just right. You're totally right. Cinder says, do you find sculpting an A pose and then you pose it so you can multiple pose the same model, or do you find workflow easier? Both. The answer is both. I do multiple poses sometimes, and then in addition to that, I also, it's easier to work from. Wolf says, I was a good student, but wasn't every club and every teacher. I was the tea master of my school. Very nice. Monkey, I thought you'd be the class clown. That checks out. And Monkey says, I went to the school of M3M. Does that count? Yeah, that's me. A lot of people in the chat right now are previous students of mine. Hack slash, yeah, also honor roll, magna cum laude. Same, just not in art. Taylor says, hands are my favorite to draw. Oh, you're a monster. They can be so expressive. That immediately makes me intimidated by your skill level. Good for you. This claw got a little goofed up. I'll need to replace that one later. Alright, so posing hands. Alright, there's no way to really shortcut it. You just have to be thoughtful about it. In this case, it's kind of annoying because I have claws. So I auto group my claws so I can grab one at a time. And then yeah, you really just grab just that model and you mask just one finger. It's the worst, y'all. And it's tough because I kind of made them too thick, so I'm going to smooth them down a little bit so it's easier to grab independence. Grab a finger. There you go. And then look at your hand. So another like misconception is that it's easy to think that your hand, can you guys even see that? Yeah. So your finger bends. Oh my God, why is it so hard to show? I'm trying to say that your finger does not bend here. It bends here at this crease. Look at my hand. See? So when you bend it, don't just grab the finger and just like crank it straight down. Like it literally does not bend that way. So that's why you'll notice I mask a little bit lower right here because that's where it bends. So yeah, you can do like individuals, I guess, but not really. It's still bending from this point. The more you know. Wolf says, I went to UOM for cybersecurity, but that is the only college I had. That's still a good college. It's cool. Very cool. Aloha says, you can also polygroup each finger to help move them independently. Yes, you can. That's not a bad idea, especially if I think I'm going to struggle with having to repeat movements. I don't have to polygroup individually if I'm going to do it right the first time. but let's not put that pressure on myself. So each time I get a finger masked in the way that I like, I will click on Control W, and what that does is it changes the color. What's really cool is now I can just grab that all at once really quickly. Thank you, Aloha. Pixel says, what? Yeah, like your hands bend at this line, like when you bend it. So don't just grab the finger and like crank it straight down. Why am I just realizing how my hand works? You're welcome. Yay. Okay, I wasn't sure if I just confused you. No, I amazed you. Very good. Very good. And the Hack and Slash got a Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Illustration at CSULB, California State University, Long Beach. Hindsight says, because people think about joints, not flesh. Accurate. And Wolf says they're in their early 20s. You got a long time to learn. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of y'all think I'm older than I am, or younger than I am. I'll be 29 this year. Alrighty, so we're gonna bring, you wanna add tension to the hands, so you wanna like pull them up. So think of like, literally like tension up. That's what I think of. So when I'm trying to add intensity to hand poses, I like swell them, if that makes sense. Taylor has a bachelor's in game design. Yeah, I feel like I learned nothing. Yeah, I get you. I mean, I joke my engineering degree, I wouldn't trust me to design a toaster. I'm a great problem solver. It's not really the same thing. Nah, I despise school, mainly because my professors were miserable old coots. I remember one of my finals, or was it a midterm? I can't remember. I tried to just block it out. When you turned in your midterm, he would either give you 2 papers. He'd either give you a change in major form or a McDonald's application. I got the change in major form, which is arguably the better out of the 2. I don't know how. He's tenured. He's still there. He's an asshole. Anyway, Jenkins, if you're still there, boo. Pixel says, hindsight, I guess that's true. The engineer in me is coming out. Yeah, we have a lot of engineers here. I love that. Very cool. Wolf says, luckily my state is doing free community college. Oh, very cool. I almost went to community college. I only applied to 2 schools, one community college and my CSU, so Fresno State, because they both had scholarships that were full ride technically. So the community college full ride was 2 years, obviously because community, and then my Fresno State was 4. I got both, but obviously 4 is bigger than 2, so I took the 4. Oh, and to be perfectly humble and clear, like I lost my scholarship, just to be really clear. I lost it my last semester, my 4th year, because I had a 3.35 and I should have had a 3.5. So just to be really transparent. I didn't have to pay back the money or anything because I almost kept it all years. But I knew that was gonna happen. I remember, I think it was like my 2nd year, I called my dad crying and I was like, listen, there is no way I'm keeping this scholarship at a 3.5, whatever, with 22 units a semester. It's not happening. And he was like, you'll do great, honey. And it's true, I almost made it. Needless to say, I was not heartbroken about it by any means. I was just grateful that I got through it. And at that point, I'd already started learning how to 3D model. My very first 3D model ever was in 2018. Fun fact. I didn't take it super seriously and I took a long break. Pretty much over winter break I picked it up again and it absolutely cascaded into what it is now. Pretty cool. So our hands looking kind of creepy and broken, which is great. We want them tense and spooky. And like all posing, it doesn't come together until the end. I should have grabbed a hand reference, but I have hands, so we're fine. Also, this bone right here is looking a bit goofy, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some more material right here. There we go. That's better. Seems to be rotated. And then the nails aren't actually touching like the nail bed of the hand. So lots of little adjustments we still need to make. We're making progress. There we are. That's spookier. And then to add some more tension, this one, I can also rotate at the wrist out. That will also help. That's looking much, much better. I've been totally abandoning the chat. I hope you guys aren't on fire over there. I have to get work done too. Stop being so interesting. Thank you. All right, what are you guys saying? Taylors are going. Taylor says, my college is basically, quote, paid $20K for brushstrokes of the industry. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Yeah, sorry, man. Blaze is being sassy. What's with the tail? Is she a squirrel wolf? That's how I'm reading that, by the way. All right, I'm gonna ignore that comment because it was dumb. Wolf says, so many jobs can be taught on the job rather than needing a degree, to be honest. That is so true. But you gotta have like the degree to get your ticket in. Hindsight, usually things look weird in art school because you should draw what you see, not what you think you see. That's so hard to do, absolutely. Me Blaze says, we're having fun with you. It's true. Taylor says, we can't not be interesting. I love that though. Like that, there's energy behind that. She has squirrel wolf. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling Valley Girl. Monkey says, I randomly found you, Mia, in 2020 when I bought a 3D printer and was like, how do? And I did what any reasonable human does, and YouTube did. Found a tutorial by you, and years later I was like, I need to learn how to make these things. And then it said again, what do? And boom, there you were. That's beautiful. Hello. Hello is funny. I agree. I get you. Alrighty. Pretty happy with this. I'm gonna pull this shoulder out a little bit more, and then we need a little more separation from the body and the neck, I think, which I can probably just achieve that by turning the head. There we go. It also wasn't quite on her neck, so there was also that. All right, she has been undecapitated. And then I can rotate this. Having a long, leery neck is also gonna improve this immensely. Let's go ahead and separate that just a touch more, and then looking straight at the camera and down. Just looking down a little too much. Also, her face just looks so sweet. Like, you don't look mean at all. Here, flatter ears, bigger brow. Just a small detail. There we go, that's looking meaner, because she was just looking like cute, y'all. Blaze, hey, if you're gonna hit, slug. I like it, I like it. You bring a good amount of spice. Wolf, if you're a race and class combo from 5E, what would you be? Anyone can answer. All right, that was a really, really good question. Getting everyone's attention here. We're throwing confetti, we're throwing hearts. Hello, everybody. If you are in D&D world right now, what class and combo would you, or what class and race would you be? I would 100% be an elven druid. That's why I picked those. That's what relates to me the most. I like to have like self-insert characters in D&D that are the version of me that I want to be. So usually a little more gentle, kinder, wiser, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's me. Blaze says, laughing, if you want to give her, if you give her too long of a net, I'm gonna want, what she said? You know I'm gonna want, yeah. She needs a snarl. Yeah, maybe I can like pull up the lip there. Blaze says halfling bard. Oh gosh, okay, this is so much fun you guys are answering because I'm starting to like, I have like a internal, like, how I'm trying to say, when you guys talk, you're a character in my head as it is because I don't see you, right? So this is really fun because now like Blaze, like I see you as like a halfling bard and that makes your comments even funnier. What instrument would you play? I gotta know, or would you sing? Hack and slash, elf wizard. wolf, half orc, or werewolf artificer. Beautiful. Anyone's lurking in the chat, this is a good time if you're feeling brave. You don't have to. Blaze says necklace or scarf. Hindsight, probably half orc paladin, not gonna lie. Beautiful. Monkey says, I mean, I am human. So I guess there's that. I'm also a musician, so probably a bard, but not like the creepy dragon stalker one. Honestly though, I think my wife would say I'm a Goliath barbarian. Like I said, Goliath. I was like having a different vowel placement there. Blaze says, snare drum. My character always has a march drum beat for the party. That's so cool. How fun. Hindsight, a turkey leg is an instrument. Beautiful. The snarl is a good idea. I don't know if I put teeth in her head. I didn't, so I'd have to put in teeth. I don't know if I want to do that. Usually I give them teeth. Look at it, she's got nothing. I can put in teeth. You're right. What did you say earlier, Blaze? You're like, do it because you need to. Don't be lazy. You know, honestly, even just like that makes a pretty good improvement. And then I don't even have to add teeth. Oh, I love this. How fun. How fun. Thanks for being part of it. This is definitely one of those models that was made better because I live streamed it. Also, if you were lurking and you're like, wow, there's no detail on this model, it's because I was in Transpose Master. If you look up now, you'll be like, oh, there's the detail. Freaking cool. Let's vote for instrument. I vote turkey leg. Taka says, probably a sorcerer or something, because I'm too lazy to study for stuff, but still able to do stuff. That's beautiful. And for those of y'all that aren't like as into D&D, the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard gets confused a lot. Pretty much sorcerers have like innate magic, and that's what they're referring to there, where they don't study. And then wizards do study their work. I mean, sorcerers can, but for wizards, it's not as innate. And that's why you'll see wizards loaded up with different like tomes and grimoires, that kind of stuff. And then to put a further wrench into it, warlocks are also different because they get their power from pacting with a god. So yeah. Blaze says, no, that is mid-morning breakfast. Blaze says, a couple fangs sticking out or something, you know, like canine teeth. Yeah, I could do that. Well, how about a didgeridoo? No. Visible teeth, maybe. Aloe would be a Fae version of Stitch. Cute. The tail is not done. Yeah, so wolf tails don't have this curl at the base here. They're just straight. Wolf tails actually look kind of funny. I am a wolf tail. They just like hang there. Like that's it. That's so small. My goodness. Thank you, Google. Anyway. So the tail needs to be a lot shorter since we're still talking about it. And no taper. This is a tail that I grabbed from my asset library, so it wasn't designed for a wolf. Alright, we're smooshing you around since people are making fun of your butt. Oh, she has like a bald spot right there too. We should probably fix that. Or I can just pinch it. There. Alright, we're depuffing the tail. Looks really good from the back. It's still too big. Alright, from the back, that's about accurate. Again, it doesn't have much of a taper, which is really funny. I like long tails, like cat-like tails. Okay, I need it to be visible from the front still, because it just makes the silhouette look more interesting. So I still want it out to the side. Just not a poof. Alright, that's looking a lot better. We'll do a final iteration later, but now y'all can rest easy. I guess it improved the model. Objectively, it did. Okay. Well, the tail needs a little taper. It will have one, but they are pretty straight on. The taper that in real life, what's causing that is just because there's longer hairs at the end. So more than a taper, it just really needs a point. Wait, I'm still working on the tail. I said I was done. Taper. Not taper. It means point. There we go. Blaze says better. Yeah, I know. Poofy tails are suffering from static electricity. My cat gets that. Yeah. Cats are so cute. God, I love cats. It totally was a cat tail. Aloha, no, the poofy tail. No, it has to be changed. It was like full squirrel tail. Taka says, yeah, but I'd want to be a warlock. Then be a warlock, Taka. I mean, you can be whoever you want in D&D. But I get the representation. Blaze. It sounded like you said ass library. I probably did. Wolf says, you said it better than I was thinking. Yeah, you're awesome. The only reason I said it better is because I've made that mistake before. I've sculpted a decent amount of wolves. My tone right now sucks. I can't fix it. I don't know why I'm sounding like that. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I agree. I need a break. I think I need a break. And a reset. I'm getting that weird tone of voice where it sounds like I don't care, but I really do. Your guys' input's great. It's like a resting bitch face, but instead it's my voice. Can I say that on YouTube? Well, I already did. Yes, Maverick. He's still on my lap, by the way, guys. Hindsight, yeah, I know. Oh my god, I know I did say that. Maybelline, sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean. No, you're good. I don't know why I said that. When you said better, I was thinking, yeah, it is better. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I know. That's what I meant to say. Oh my god, sorry guys. I swear I'm not even being spicy right now. That was terrible on my part. I do apologize. I will own it when I own it, and when I totally made a mistake, I totally made a mistake. No, you're great. No apology. I'm sorry. Okay, short for cheesy poof. Blaze, that's what you get for not eating breakfast. Okay, very good. We're back to just being mean to me. Very good, very good. Wolf, I made the mistake of looking at art for Were-Dog. I thought I was going to get a St. Bernard werewolf. Funny. Aloha says, just fell to my knees after the deep poof of the tail. It is a little less whimsical, I'm not going to lie. But it also is reading a lot more wolf instead of fox, which we did need. So. And then Blaze says, you need to separate the cloth and spots. That's right, that's right. We were doing the tears. And this just looks like I pushed the material straight in. It doesn't look very good. So there's two different ways that we can fix that. One, by just doing a better job, haha. And two, grabbing my damn standard brush and getting some actual an edge on here so it doesn't look so smushy. So here we go. Thank you for reminding me of that, Blaze. I totally forgot. Good, Blaze. I think it'd be fun if we did a stream once a month or something, because we have regulars that you guys keep tuning back in, right? And since you guys told me who you would be in a fantasy world, I think it'd be fun if we picked one of you and designed your character live on stream. And so we could do a little poll, even depending, I think it'd be cool, Blaze, make your halfling bird. I know it's not who you play, or I think it is who you play, you mentioned, because you have a snare drum. But I just think that'd be really fun. But only once a month, because I still want to give priority to my patrons who are paying for request. But I also think it'd be fun if we had things that were very specific to stream regulars. There we go. So we have some torn clothes right there. That does kind of look like fur, but we're getting there. In order for it to not look like fur, these rips need to be higher up and not lumpy. So we'll do exactly what I just said. We'll make them higher up. And then to make them not lumpy, we'll grab my trim dynamic brush. That or my H polish brush. Neither one of you want to work the way you're supposed to. Why? It's because the material here is kind of chewed up. So that's part of the issue. There we go. Adding some flat ends also helps. All right, we have one fabric tear. That's looking decent. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, where the leg is split, I agree. The sleeves too, the opening would be a bit ragged. Oh, that's true. Like I have them, they're like perfectly flat right now. It should be splitting right here. I knew I wanted to do this after the pose, I just immediately forgot. So thank you for reminding me. Wolf says, I'm heading out, lots of love. We'll listen to music and get some work done. See you soon. You too, thanks for joining. Thanks for always being first. Getting there, better. Thanks, Liz. I mean, I know. Whatever I did earlier. Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. And then having some of these pieces hang unevenly will also be really cool. Okay, yeah, so having these torn spots on the edges of the clothing makes the most sense, and it looks the best. Win-win. I kind of already have like a landmark here, or like a guideline, so to speak, from the alpha that I applied earlier. And so now I kind of just need to follow that trend down and expand upon it a bit. Blaze, I'm so excited for you to, you know, learn the tool, whether it be ZBrush, that seminar you're going to, or Blender, or whatever. I'm just excited to see what you make. I mean, you got an eye for stuff, you know, and I'm really excited to see like your creative visions, where you're making all the decisions, you know? I think that's gonna be awesome. And if you're comfortable, I'd love if you shared, you know, stuff as you learn in the Discord. I totally understand if that's not fun, but at some point I'd love to see that too. I think you mentioned your first goal right now is just making a cube, so we're a little ways off. I think you'll pick it up pretty quick. I joke that like being a good artist is a huge game to spot the difference. Oh man, this looks cool. Blaze says bye to Wolf, and not trying to be overly critical here. No, you're not. You're being great. You're being great. And then Aloha says, I know, I roll. That's, love me some sassy jokes, my favorite. Blaze says, sorry, I've seen too many Hulk transformations. It's helping though. Do you like superhero movies? Is that why you say that? I haven't watched, I'm so behind like all the Marvel movies. Like I've seen like, you know, the big ones. I watched it all leading up to Endgame, but since then I've kind of fallen off. And not because I dislike it or anything, it's kind of a time commitment. Man, they were releasing so many movies for a while there. It was hard to keep up with. Blaze says, yep, more DC though. Okay, cool. Love the Hulk though. Fair. It's one of those characters where like, it's fun because he's just cool on a surface level as is. I mean, who doesn't love just angry, giant green man, Hulk smash, right? But then like his whole backstory of like being like a scientist and like, it's cool. It's really cool. I can't remember exactly why he's so tortured, like if his family died or what exactly it was. But I know there's a lot there. I love characters that like the more like you dig, the more backstory there is. And I love tortured characters. Who doesn't? Alright, what is with this poly paint? Stop. Cool. Hindsight says, pop quiz, why is the Hulk green? No Googling. Because it had to do with the type of chemical that mutated him. Algae. My final answer. Algae. Aloha. Because when Stan Lee printed the comics, the OG gray color would come out more green. Really? That'd be so cool. I don't know if that's true. And then Taylor mentioned because he's based off of the popular images of Frankenstein. So Frankenstein's monster. I don't know if either of these are true. Blake says, talking about green, did you guys know that when they first started screen testing the original Spock, they tried to add some green tinge? I didn't know that. Hack and Slash, green was easier to show up in printed comics. Hindsight says Aloha very close. He's supposed to be gray because of irradiated dead flesh, but they couldn't get that shade of gray to print consistently. Ah, okay. So the film processor kept taking the green out, so they kept adding green. Okay, we're learning new stuff here. Yeah, look, nerds. I love it. It's one of my favorite things, is to tease people for being a nerd when I literally sculpt D&D minis for a living. Alright guys, this character is about done. I obviously need to fix up the feet, which are perfectly bald, which is pretty jarring. So let's unbald the feet. I don't think these need like super special texturing. We're just gonna go in with a fur brush that I have. There we go, just something, and then I can go in and blend that scene once I get ready for post-processing. Yeah, she looks awesome. Cool. Taka, imagine being called a nerd in this chat, right? It's with much, much love. All right, I have stopped. I cannot feel my right leg anymore because my dog is sitting on me. So if you guys, I don't know if I can get you guys to see this. Can I bring it? Oh, I can bring it all the way over. Hey, Vic, raise your head. He's a black smear. Hey, put your head up so you can see an eyeball. Yeah, there you go. You're so dark that no one can see you. Hello. Hello. But anyway, I cannot feel my right leg, so I need to take a small break and stand up because it is very uncomfortable. Hello! This is, why are you not looking at the camera? Right here. Oh, there we go. Don't look at the camera. Thank you. Okay, that's enough. All right, I'm gonna take a small break. Thank you guys for being here. If you want to support me and keep my lights on and continue to give average treats, I'm just joking. I have a Patreon down below you can look at, and if not, join the Discord. Also though, the Patreon does have an option where you can join for free, literally, right here. And that goes for my main one or my mentorship one. So if you just want to be part of it, totally an option. Yeah, there we go. All that's linked, you know, the gist. Most of you guys are already there. Thank you guys so much. That's why I try to keep I put the YouTube ads at the absolute lowest. I don't care if you use an ad blocker. That's not how I make my money, so don't worry about that. Hello. Ad blockers are good. All right, I will be back in just a little bit. bit early. That almost came out really Mario. I quickly ate a tortilla and it just made me like from appetized to absolutely starving. And I realized that we've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. So I think I'm gonna call it where it's at and then we'll pick up where we are here tomorrow. Oh, Maverick. He's back in his little blanket pile. I know, lay down. You guys can see that, but like the whole pile just whoop, laid down. All right. So yeah, sorry if you were banking on me coming back at 1 and you come back and I'm not here. But I'll be back tomorrow. I stream pretty much every single day around noonish. Hello says, no worries, Mia. Make sure to turn Ricky back to normal though. Will do. Will do. Would like to have husband. I'm about to make fajitas and I know he'd like that. Again, I have all those links here. Oh, Reaper shared their art in my Discord and they're fantastic. This is Taylor, I believe. So yeah, showing that off. Really, really cool. Wonder Girls. Oh, what a good style. Cool. Clean. Yeah, anytime, share your work there. You are beyond welcome. Food. Yeah, I'm so ready for food, y'all. I just feel bad because there's quite a few people here, so not a big deal. I'll be back. If you haven't already, join Discord, check out links, whatever. If you want to learn how to sculpt, I teach that. If you want 3D models to print, I have almost 1,000. It's a 1 subscription, you get everything. I don't really play games with that, including making your own requests. This was a request. All good stuff. All right, thanks for being here. I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye, take care.